Welcome to Global Feed. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. In late November 2024, President-elect Donald Trump stunned the world by announcing sweeping 25% tariffs on all goods imported from Canada and Mexico. The move, which came just weeks after his election victory, sent shockwaves through the business community and political circles alike. For decades, the US, Canada, and Mexico have enjoyed close economic ties, with trade agreements like NAFTA and the USMCA fostering unprecedented integration across North America. Now, with a single announcement, those hard-won relationships are being put to the test. In addition to the tariffs on its neighbors, Trump declared an extra 10% tariff on all imports from China, citing urgent concerns over border security and the ongoing fentanyl crisis. The administration claims these measures are necessary to protect American jobs and stem the flow of illicit drugs. But critics argue they risk igniting a global trade war and harming US consumers. This marks a dramatic return to protectionist policies not seen since the early 2000s, threatening decades of North American economic integration and rattling global markets. The tariffs could disrupt supply chains that stretch across borders, impacting industries from automotive manufacturing to agriculture. Almost immediately, the US dollar surged as investors sought safety, while the Canadian dollar and Mexican peso tumbled, reflecting deep anxiety about the future of cross-border trade. Businesses in both countries scrambled to assess the impact, with some warning of higher prices and potential job losses. Stock markets worldwide dipped as fears of a new trade war grew. Wall Street saw sharp declines, and Asian and European markets followed suit, underscoring the interconnectedness of the global economy and the far-reaching consequences of US trade policy. Trump's approach blurs the line between trade policy and national security, using tariffs as leverage for non-economic goals. This strategy, while popular with some voters, has drawn criticism from economists and foreign leaders who warn it could backfire, leading to retaliation and prolonged uncertainty. Allies and adversaries alike are now forced to reconsider their economic ties with the US. Diplomatic channels are buzzing as leaders weigh their options, from negotiation to countermeasures, in an effort to protect their own economies. As uncertainty looms, the world waits to see if this is merely a negotiating tactic or the beginning of a prolonged and costly economic conflict that could reshape global trade for years to come. Nowhere are these tariffs felt more than in Detroit, a city that has long been the beating heart of America's auto industry and a symbol of industrial strength. Here, the impact of trade policy isn't just a distant headline, it's a daily reality for thousands of workers, business owners, and families. The auto industry in Detroit depends on a seamless North American supply chain, where parts and materials flow freely across borders. Every day, trucks loaded with components cross from Canada and Mexico, destined for assembly lines that can't afford to stop. In fact, a single car part might cross the US-Canada border up to 8 times before it's finally installed in a finished vehicle. This intricate dance of logistics means that even a small tariff can ripple through the entire process, slowing production and driving up costs at every stage. Automakers are now faced with a difficult decision. Should they absorb these higher costs themselves, which could threaten their bottom line, or pass them on to consumers, making cars more expensive and less competitive in the global market? Either way, jobs and the city's economic health hang in the balance. It's not just the big car companies at risk. The entire manufacturing ecosystem, especially smaller suppliers who lack the resources to weather sudden cost increases, faces the threat of disruption. These businesses are the backbone of Detroit's economy, providing vital jobs and services. If the supply chain falters, job losses could be severe, affecting not only factory workers but also the communities that depend on their wages. Ironically, the very workers tariffs are meant to protect could be the ones who suffer the most. And it doesn't stop with autos. Related industries like steel, energy, and raw materials, each deeply integrated across borders, would also feel the pain, compounding the economic impact throughout the region. Retaliatory measures from Canada and Mexico could further raise costs for American businesses and consumers, sparking a trade war that would make everyday goods more expensive and threaten jobs far beyond Detroit. The economies of the US, Canada, and Mexico are now so intertwined that tariffs don't just threaten a single industry. They put the very foundation of North American manufacturing at risk, with consequences that could be felt for generations. Tariffs are essentially taxes on imports, imposed by governments on goods coming from other countries. When these tariffs are put in place, they increase the cost of bringing products into the United States. This means that everything from raw materials to finished goods becomes more expensive before it even reaches store shelves. Companies that import these goods often have no choice but to pass these extra costs down to American consumers, making everyday items more expensive for everyone. For example, a 25% tariff on Canadian and Mexican goods, and a 10% tariff on products from China, would directly raise prices on a wide range of items: cars, groceries, electronics, clothing, and much more. These are things most families buy regularly, so the impact is felt almost immediately. According to economists, the average American household could end up paying over $2,600 more per year as a result of these tariffs. That's a significant hit to the family budget, especially when prices are already rising in other areas. These price hikes hit lower and middle-income families the hardest, acting like a regressive tax that takes a bigger percentage of their income compared to wealthier households. When families are forced to spend more on basic goods, there's less money left over for important things like savings, healthcare, or education. This can make it even harder for people to get ahead or plan for the future. While some argue that tariffs could help bring manufacturing jobs back to the US, the reality is that the overall cost to consumers and the broader economy could outweigh any potential gains in employment. Higher prices often lead to reduced demand for goods and services, which puts jobs in retail, restaurants, and other service industries at risk. Businesses may see fewer customers, and some may even be forced to close. In the end, Americans would pay more for nearly everything they buy, effectively financing a trade policy that may not deliver the promised benefits and could even leave many families worse off than before. Despite claims that foreign exporters pay tariffs, economists agree the burden falls on American consumers and businesses. Studies from Trump's first term show U.S. importers paid billions in new taxes, with costs passed to buyers. The U.S. trade deficit actually grew during the last round of tariffs, showing their limited effectiveness. American companies can't easily switch suppliers, so they pay the tariff and pass it along. Tariffs function as a tax paid by Americans to their own government, not a penalty on foreign producers. The idea that tariffs force foreign countries to pay is a persistent myth. In reality, tariffs rarely achieve complex economic goals and often backfire. The end result? Higher prices for Americans, with little impact on foreign exporters. Canada and Mexico responded to Trump's tariff threats with cautious diplomacy, emphasizing cooperation on border security and drug trafficking. Both nations rely heavily on U.S. trade and hope to avoid escalation, highlighting the importance of the USMCA agreement. China warned that no one wins a trade war, pointing to ongoing cooperation on fentanyl, but insisting on mutual respect. Retaliatory tariffs would hurt Canada and Mexico's own economies, so they pursue negotiation over confrontation. The stakes are high: 75% of Canadian and 83% of Mexican exports go to the U.S. These countries hope dialogue can avert a full-blown economic crisis. The world watches to see if diplomacy can prevent a damaging trade conflict. Ironically, Trump's proposed tariffs would violate the USMCA, the very trade deal he championed in 2020. The USMCA was designed to ensure duty-free trade and stability across North America. Imposing new tariffs would breach this agreement, undermining trust and future U.S. negotiations. Many analysts see the tariff threat as a negotiating tactic ahead of the 2026 USMCA review. Trump may be seeking leverage for new concessions on labor, market access, or border security. But this strategy risks hardening Canada and Mexico's resolve, creating uncertainty for businesses and investors. The threat of tariffs freezes the benefits of the trade deal, replacing certainty with doubt. As inauguration approaches, the future of North American trade is uncertain. If tariffs are enacted, American consumers will face higher prices on cars, food, and everyday goods. Manufacturing jobs, especially in the auto sector, are at risk as supply chains are disrupted. Tariffs rarely create jobs. History shows they often do the opposite. The US, Canada, and Mexico are deeply connected allies. Tariffs would damage decades of cooperation. Retaliation could shrink markets for everyone, unraveling North American economic integration. The coming months will determine whether this is a negotiating ploy or a shift to lasting protectionism. The choices made now will shape prices, jobs, and America's relationship with its closest neighbors.